Hey, I'm Bryce with Dent Force, and today I'm going to be working on this really large dent on the quarter panel of this, I think it's a 13 or 14 Honda Accord. I'm going to start by trying to push a huge ton of the bulk out. The hardest part of this dent will be this area here, and there's actually some cracked paint down here on the bottom, and the owner of this vehicle wanted me to actually try and save this quarter panel from being filled full of Bondo body filler. They had a quote from one shop that wanted to do that, and another body shop actually wanted to cut this quarter panel off and put a whole new panel on. They don't want to do either. I'm going to see how far I can get it, and then we're going to work in conjunction with a body shop that we deal with, and if this paint that's already damaged down here spreads up any further, we're going to make a determination with the owner whether they just want it touched up or if they'll actually have this painted over after I'm done. All right, here's a good close-up look. You can see the paint is damaged on the bottom and it's flaking off. Now this is definitely something I told the owner of this vehicle that they should have it repainted because water will kick up from the tire and it collects down in this area here, and of course that will lead to rust really fast. Again, they just didn't want it full of filler and didn't want another shop cutting this off because it actually is, it's pretty caved in when you actually go this far. It's pretty deep in there. You know, just everybody has a different opinions of how things should be repaired. They just didn't want that. To fix this, I'm gonna have to remove the whole bumper, the tail light. That should give me some access from the bottom side with the bumper removed to get behind that panel and remove it. And then of course on this door here, I have to fix all this damage on this door as well while they have it here. I haven't decided yet whether I'll take this door off, but you can see it's already got some high spots in it, and that's from whenever it hit this, something internally in the door has poked outwards, but that should all be able to be removed as well. I'm going to start with the back though, because that's going to take the longest. And I'll get started by taking the bumper off. Alright, I've got this all broken down. You can see underneath here there's like a vent cover. Once that goes, you can fit your whole arm up underneath there. And that's the big hole I'll be using to try and get this lower part out. The upper part, I'll use the big hole here coming in this way. And it's hard to see because it's dark, but there's a panel where you can come through here and then down to the back side there. I'll use that to get most of the bulk up first, then I'll work the bottom, the last part. Alright, so this is a trick not used often because it doesn't work, but maybe 1 out of 1,000 cars I've seen. You'll take a basketball sometimes and deflate it, and luckily there's a great inner structure in behind there, and I'll put this basketball right up in here, not down here. You know, I want to start with this dent going downwards. So I'll actually put the basketball up here and I'm going to slowly inflate it to see if this will bow some of this metal out, and a big soft push to get a lot of the bulk out. Again, like I said, this will be the last part that I want to attack. And I'm going to see how this goes. It's mostly experimental on every dent because every dent's different. It doesn't always work the same. So sometimes it works good, sometimes it doesn't, and I'm going to hope that this will speed the process up and remove a lot of the dent for me a lot faster. Alright, so I've got the basketball in place. Now I'm going to slowly pump this to see how much of that metal moves. Again, you want to overdo it. Well, there you go. Got a lot of that bulk out of the top. There'll be a lot of cleaning up to do. And I might actually put a board, a 2x4 on the back side of this, then put that ball down behind there again, put the ball behind it again, and then see if the board, like the strong board, We'll push this up some even more, and then again, it'll greatly reduce this down. Okay, now for the lower part, got my block of wood kind of up in place. And this is actually a football where you remove the skin off of a football. It leaves a good, really strong airbag. So this right here will actually fit up under there. I can't, that part down here gets skinnier and tighter. I can't wedge my basketball up in there. So I actually take this, get a lot of the air out of it, and try and wedge this up in there and see how this goes. You want to get it positioned just right. There we go. And you gotta make sure you have a lot of heat on this, because it'll move a lot of metal really fast, and if you move metal too fast, that's where you really start ending up with paint cracking and problems like that. And you can already see it starting to barely move that. Just a little bit more pressure you give it each time. That should be about good for now. All right, so with a little bit more pushing, you can see I've reduced this down. And when you're using a heat gun on there, you want to keep paint under 170 degrees, right around 160, 170. But you don't really want to get too much hotter than that. So I get it around there and then turn it down. But I use this temp gun, you want to keep it around that. You start getting above 180, the paint will actually start to burn and yellow. So anything under 180 is good. Now you can see after using that just basketball and block of wood, I mean it's still really dented, but it greatly reduced down that massive dent. And this is a more manageable dent for paintless dent repair. And there's the bottom side now, it's been removed. You can see where the paint's cracked, but again, that's on the owner. When I'm done, I'm supposed to send them pictures, and it's up to them to see if how this comes out, and if they want a body shop to go ahead and repaint this after I'm done, or they just want some touch up down there. Again, I suggested that they have it repainted because of rust issues, but they couldn't make up their mind, so they want to see how it came out first after I worked on it. Got it all done. You can see it came out really well. Like I said, the bottom part was going to be the hard part. That's what it got down to left. I did call the owner, and they just want to put some touch-up paint on it for now. So I'm actually going to sand the bottom side of it, put a little bit of primer on there, and then just touch this up for them. I guess this is they're worried about paint later on, but overall, the whole quarter panel, the shape, everything came out awesome. And you can see the paint there split, you know, just a little bit more, but that's what happens, it grows. Came out, you know, the whole thing's back to its shape again. You can see now it's dark and raining outside. I've been working on this thing for about 7 or 8 hours. I'm just going to touch it up and put it all back together. Alright, I always forget to do this. This is all the tools I ended up using for that heat gun and slide hammer. There's some of the tabs over there. My basketball, of course, and the football right over here. And all that stuff is what I use basically to do this whole job. But in the end, got the bumper back on. You can see the bumper lines up right. There's gaps on it. So quarter panel's back where it should be at. You know, got all the way around. And surprisingly, these Honda Accord bumpers aren't that many clips and screws. So fairly easy car to take apart. All right, as you can see, it's dark outside. Started on this about 2 o'clock, and it's almost 9 now, so about 7 hours into this dent. It's a shame that this paint was cracked when it came in. It's, you know, paint's really brittle, and especially on a corner, it bends and it definitely will crack. You know, out here you have a lot more flexibility, which is why it doesn't crack like it does on the corner. But these people, again, as I suggested to them, they should get it repainted due to rust issues. You know, and then they didn't want to go that route. They didn't want to be down a week on their vehicle at a shop, being repainted and everything. So for me, by the time I started today and get it back to them midday tomorrow, it's a day repair, and that's what they were going for. So I told them that's the most I could do, and that's what they wanted. So hopefully they should be really happy. Yeah. If you have any dents, dings, creases, or hail damage in Brevard County, Florida, give us a call. Text us pictures of your damage. And as always, thank you for taking your time to watch this. Make sure you watch the next part. I'll be doing the big caved-in door. And like and subscribe.